And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi drivers, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person if that's your character. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is the 4th of July of July. Today is the 4th of November 2025, and we're happy to be here. Feeling good, feeling healthy and strong. Have a lot to be thankful for, and we are here. All right. We have a limited time this morning. This morning live is going to be about 1 hour to an hour and a half at max. So if you see it cut off in an hour, just know that that's what we were working for. If we go a little bit over the hour, know say that's where it's at, but we can't pass even an hour and a half. All right, and even that is stretching it. So we have limited time this morning. I will make the time up to you throughout the rest of the week. I think yesterday our live ran for 7:30, 8:30, 4 hours. We had a 4 hour live yesterday, so I'll make it up to you throughout the week. But this morning the live unfortunately has to be short. So what are we talking about this morning? The death toll rises. Did they steer this hurricane into Jamaica? Westmoreland is actually ground zero for the hurricane, meaning that is where it did touch down at first and started its devastation on the island at a Category 5 when it landed. Desperate days. 25 communities are still marooned. There is a lot of help on the ground in Jamaica, but it is still not getting to the people. There is also going to be a concert called I Love Jamaica concert with Shaggy, Chris Martin, Nige Boy, Massacre, and I'm guessing others will be added as they go along. There will also be a telethon going along with this. For those of us who grew up watching telethons on TV, we know what that is. For those of you who don't know what it is, a telethon is basically they'll have a concert live. And I don't know if the concert will be televised or it will be in an area where people can attend, but I know it will be televised, and then people would call in as the concert is going on. Like, for instance, Shaggy might be on stage performing, and then there will be a panel of people answering the phones, and people will be calling in to pledge and donate. Yeah, $100 here, $50 there, and then you can read on the screen as the amount is generated. They'll probably have a goal to hit within that day, that kind of stuff. So they're putting stuff together to raise money. Everybody is trying to do the much that they can do to help, right? We're going to talk about Mavado's upcoming concert as well. And a big question of the morning is, where are the Chinese business people? And we'll get into all that. And we're trying to cover all that in an hour to an hour and 30 minutes this morning. Shout out to all the people tuning in this morning. Let me call out a couple of names before we move forward. Sharon Spence is in the building. First one in with us this morning. Miss Goldie Robinson is here as well. Thank you for being here, Miss Goldie Robinson. Let me see who else is here. Winston Gay is in the building with us this morning. Pussy G is in the building with us this morning. Top of the morning to you, S Diva. Nisha is in the building with us this morning as well. Good morning, family. Audrey is right there. Audrey, big up yourself. Audrey said, please hit the thumbs up button as you entered live. And big up to all our classmates and these things. Dorothy T is in the building with us this morning. Rosalie Fair is in the building with us this morning as well. Patricia Jackson is here. Tony Mongo is here as well. 5Field63 is here this morning. Big up yourself, 5Field63. All the way from the UK. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Nance. Thank you for being here. Jason Jones. Onika St. John. Okay, Onika is showing up as O St. John this morning. That's Onika St. John. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr is in the building this morning, wishing blessings to all. Millicent Townsend is here as well. Mistress B. That's Mistress B Talks Health and Wellness with a Twist. Just turned to Mistress B 007 this morning is in the building. P. Niles is here with us as well. Brommel Wright, big up yourself. Thank you for being here this morning as well. And let me see who else is here. Howard Leslie, thank you for being among us this morning. Good morning, Banches. Kai Tai Jai Empress is in the building with us this morning saying, up Ments. Georgian Armaki, I don't know, I can't read. Georgian Armaki. Georgian, if me never said that right, please call in and tell me how to say it properly. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Charlotte is in the building with us this morning. Charlotte's Law has turned into, it's still Charlotte's Law. Some people names change and some didn't. But we're here. Wayne Nathan is here with us this morning. Elaine Turner is here as well. Thank you for being here. Everybody, if I didn't call your name, Jerome Pearson, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. If I did not call your name, you already know. Manners and respect to you, same way for tuning in. All right, let's get into our topics. We're going to start off by playing clips of videos. All right, just to get us on the right page. Here is we're still having to, I'm no longer afraid to say it on this platform, to raise the question. I'm not saying that is what was done to Jamaica, but I realize that my Jamaican people, they kind of like, a lot of them, I won't generalize, but it can be used almost generally. So there are some who don't do this, but there are many who do. If you tell them the truth, as long as you look like them, the truth is kind of like, I don't really know if I throw in my talk still in a dog. You know, so it sounds shaky. But if they hear the truth from a certain type of other people, a certain hue, then it's gospel. It must be the truth. So once again, here is some more of what is out there, the truth. Listen to this.
Tell me that HARP can't steer storms without telling me that Donald Trump is president. This is the third hurricane in a row that was supposed to whack the East Coast that all of a sudden took a 90-degree right-hand turn out into the middle of the ocean.
And then you're talking about North Carolina?
Imelda, yeah, Hurricane Imelda, just like the last two, came up, hard 90-degree turn out into the middle of the ocean. They're using HARP to steer these storms. Well, then why did all the other storms hit the continental U.S.? You got to ask yourself, who was running HARP back then?
So what is HARP, real quick? I guess I'm not real familiar with it, but that's something to...
High altitude amplitude radar.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the acronym. You're beaming high energy radar into the upper atmosphere in order to change the air currents. The Air Force has been working on weather modification since it was founded back in the 1950s or the late 40s. It's something, weather modification is something that is a strategic asset that we have been working on. And that's what the HARP array is. It's an array of radar up in Alaska. And the theory is that they can change the path of storms by changing the jet stream. Based on, go look at the last three storm tracks. A hurricane almost never takes a 90-degree turn, much less three in a row. Tell me that HARP can't.
A hurricane never normally takes a 90-degree turn, much less three in a row. It is almost unheard of to see it take an actual 90-degree turn, much less three in a row. I'm just saying, I'll put that out there. It is what it is. I'll just leave that out there for your brains to ponder. So far, we're doing all the updates. So far, the death toll from Hurricane Melissa has now risen to 32. Friday, when we left off, we were at 19. By the time the weekend was over, the search and rescue people are on the ground, but I don't see them searching and rescuing yet. These are our own people who are still discovering dead people in their communities. We left off at 19. By the time we came back on Monday, it was at 28. And then now, today, this morning, it's at 32. So the death toll continues to rise. And again, it's not 300, it's 32, but it's still 32 lives. The total deaths from Hurricane Melissa now stands at 32, but are expected to rise, says the Jamaica News. Minister of Information, Senator Dana Morris Dixon, said at a press conference today, which was yesterday, that there are another 8 deaths out there, but that they are waiting on the police to confirm those deaths. There are people in those areas where those 8 deaths are. They have seen them themselves, but you know how it goes already. They have to wait on officials to confirm those to add to the 32. So as of right now, I would say you can for sure add 8 more to that 32, which would bring us to the number more accurately of where we sit right now, right? Brummel says not 300 yet. Let's not. So Senator Morris Dixon did not give a breakdown of the deaths in the various parishes. They're not saying exactly where and what parishes have these bodies that are floating around. There's a reason for this, people. And the reason for it is because it's the people who they are neglecting purposely who are having these bodies pile up in their areas or in their constituencies, if you will, right? We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Speaking about schools reopening, Senator Morris Dixon, who is also Minister of Education, said that the decision to reopen schools, which answers somebody's question from yesterday, is it true that schools are reopening in Jamaica already? And is this okay? Well, speaking of schools reopening, and the decision to reopen some schools has been decentralized and left to the principals and the school boards. So whatever principal or school board decides they want to open their school, they are free to do so, as long as their area is an area that was unaffected by what is happening. She said that they want to get children back into the schools as quickly as possible to prevent learning losses, as what happened during COVID. The minister said that she has spoken with opposition spokesman on education, Damian Crawford, about what the reopening of schools in Jamaica will look like on a broader scale. I don't think they should be talking about no reopening of school yet until they start talking about the cleaning up and the draining off of some of the sludge and water that is in a lot of areas. I have videos here out of Manchester that were taken last night to this morning, and the place is underwater, like really underwater. So I don't know where opening of school would fit in. More like need to be focused on medical facilities being up and running, need to be focused on people getting properly checked out, making sure they're okay physically, making people's cuts and bruises and scars and whatever else, make sure a lot of other things have to happen before school opens. I do understand, though, that you don't want the children to be left behind. And I do understand also that the death toll is rising. There are communities that are still marooned. Marooned meaning those communities are out there on their own and cannot be reached. So these people can't get food, they can't get water, they can't get health care, like medical care. I see somebody said, but that is Jamaica and there's whole heap of water around. Not at this time, my friend. Most of the water in Jamaica right now is contaminated. You're lucky if you're by somewhere where there's clean water. I saw out of Mabe 2 days ago, there was one place where they're getting clean water in that one place. Nobody knows if that water is contaminated, though, because sometimes you can't look at water and tell that the water is not contaminated, or if it is or isn't. The water can look like you can drink it, and then that water can make you sick, right? Because your eyes can't see the bacteria that are in that clear looking water. But most water in Jamaica is contaminated at the moment. So the people are depending on donations. They're depending on aid. They're depending on the bottled water to be brought in, so on and so forth. I know some people are saying, catch up a fire and boil some water, all these things. I hear that too. If desperate comes to desperate, I'm pretty sure that that's what they're going to have to be doing in some places, especially the places that are marooned. So the next piece of news out of Jamaica this morning is that there are 25 communities at least that are still marooned. This is 1 week after Hurricane Melissa struck, because it struck last week, Tuesday. we are today 1 full week since the hurricane happened. Communities across the island are still cut off, leaving families stranded. That means there are people there who are hungry and they are desperately in need of assistance. Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. has been leading the nation's humanitarian response coordination relief efforts and has been monitoring the situation firsthand. And he painted a grim picture of the current realities. He said, so far, we have about 25 communities that we have identified that are marooned and several families that have lost absolutely everything. And I mean everything, he said. Everything. We are coordinating with every available resource, working to provide food, water, medicine, shelter to those who need it the most. The scale of the devastation is heart-wrenching. Families swept from their homes now wait for aid in isolated pockets across the island, relying on helicopters from the Jamaica Defense Force or JDF, Black Hawks from U.S. partners, and Chinook helicopters from the U.S. military to deliver essential supplies. Those who are assisting us to provide a lifeline to the several Jamaicans that remain stranded through the evacuation process, as well as the packaging or the packages that are dropped off from the skies. Here's the thing. I don't see any helicopter dropping supplies from the skies. And I'm not hearing from the people about helicopters dropping supplies from the skies either. So, I don't know, I'm not on the ground, but from all the videos that I've seen helicopters flying around. I've seen helicopters landed, but I haven't seen helicopters dropping supplies from the skies. He said we're not only airlifting supplies, our teams are on the ground, and we're venturing into areas where vehicles can't go, delivering relief to over 17 communities in just the last 2 days alone. More than 30,000 food packages, along with hundreds of tarpaulin and water supplies, have already been distributed, he said. Now, the stories emerging from these maroon communities are deeply human. Children are going hungry for days. Families are sleeping in darkness amid the ruins of their homes, and neighbors are clinging to hope amid the unimaginable loss. The magnitude of the devastation is unprecedented in our history, he said. It is what it is. So they're trying their best, according to them, to get some help out there to the people who need this help the most. There are bodies in communities that are still there, that have been there for some time now. Dead bodies piled up among the people. And the people are getting access to the internet. So they are telling and they are showing the bodies. You know, I'm worried that diseases could start to break out and spread because of these things. And of course, again, low sanitation, the conditions that they're having to live in. Desperate days, 25 communities still marooned. I don't want to say that I think this was all on purpose, but the more we're going forward with this, the more days that are passing and the more time I'm having to think and the more I am looking at what has been done and the magnitude of the damage, is the more I am saying to myself that this looks very orchestrated. It's my opinion. It's no confirmation on it. It is my opinion that this looks very orchestrated. There's a video I put up 2 days ago that I think most of you missed, and I did something in that video on purpose to see if anybody was going to catch it. CBS News from the United States of America flew drones over a certain part and showed a coastline, right? And I wanted to see if anybody caught what I caught in that video. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, family. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good, man. Fellow Clarendonian here. And I
Big up
must say,
yourself.
I share the same sentiment with you when it
Mhm.
comes to your opinion. Them a drag them foot. Simple.
Them a drag them foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, them a drag them foot. How can you be receiving aids from multiple countries? El Salvador alone yesterday sent 300, Colombia sent, and you're dragging your foot?
Let me let the audience know. Over 77 jumbo planes have landed, stocked from top to bottom, back to front, with not only personnel but goods as well. From building material all the way to aid, first aid, medical equipment, all the way to food and drinks and all that. And it's still
Right.
not getting
Right.
out to the people.
Right. Mr. Ramesh, them reach people, and all I know, me can't see with them. They are saying that they're giving out aid. Why is it that the few people that have access to the internet, we're not seeing where the government, they're receiving aid from the government? No, I
Exactly.
Ramesh, them, Beanie Man, Shaggy, all of them, man, we see them get aid from.
Exactly. And now you understand why I was telling the people over here, so if you're going to give, please give to the people who we are seeing on the ground. Because those people are telling us now, I have a video here, I'm about to play it. Those people are telling us that when they go into certain areas, them not see none of the people that are talking about they're in there giving aid and none of that. Right.
Right. And furthermore, you serve, I know you serve.
Yes.
And those Chinook alone, they're more than useful. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Brother. Absolutely.
Okay. So make Andrew go on. If you get said, yeah, man, know if you count, so all of them money they way must sit on pan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, Crawford know if you count. So make him go on, man.
Why you think, let me ask you this, why you think he's not moving? Because here's the thing.
His 2030 plan.
That's it? Why you think he's not moving the aid out rapidly? You think it has to do with his 2030 plan?
Migrate. Yes, he wants them to migrate off of the land. No, I'm not going to go as far as though there are patterns out there that they can manipulate with that. Let me not go there. Let's just say that, okay, the storm happened. And it happened in a parish that he's wanting to bring forth a new vision for 2030.
Mm-hmm.
And he's dragging his foot. So simple means they want the people them off of the land. That's my opinion. Let us.
Right, we're entitled to our opinions, brother. We are, we're entitled to our opinions because it's just an opinion. Their responsibility now is to prove us wrong, or don't make my opinion look like it's right, because I can only talk about what I am observing, as you are too. And what we are observing, it look like it's something like that to happen. I am puzzled as to why so much aid is on the ground, but it's still not getting to the people.
Yeah. And even military tents can be used as temporary housing because we use them. When we're deployed, we use them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So, but then again, it's all right. We'll watch. The world is watching.
This is weird. This is very weird. And I'm trying to figure out what the motive is. I like what you just said. We're going to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, man. So let me not tie up the line. Let me get somebody else.
All right, my brother. Manners and respect, yes?
All right. Respect.
Yeah, I am puzzled as to why. 77 planes that they have said so far. And since that 77 was announced, these aren't my words. These are the words of Darrell Vaz, who said 77 planes have landed so far. And I've seen the planes coming in on different videos, not all 77, where I could sit and count 77, but I've seen planes coming in. These are some huge planes full of resources. Why are they still not getting to the people then? Live on the air, and good morning.
Good morning, Flo. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. You're saying that you're wondering why they're delaying. What if they're actually helping? It's just they're helping the wrong set of people. Because remember, we don't get our priorities right. So maybe they're helping JPS or the hotels because they said the hotels have to be in perfect condition.
So business can continue, tourism can run, and they're going to take care of the big businesses first.
And they want to find places to put these rescue team that come in where they don't even realize that these rescue team people, their mindset is that they're going to somewhere where it's not comfortable. So they already prepare for this situation. But that's what they'll do.
But here's the thing. But
Go
here's
ahead.
the thing, though, Jerome. If that's what they're doing, they're not helping the people who are in need. If they came in and they are being and another thing is it's not them. If that's what they're doing, anything they're doing on the ground is not them. Anything they're doing on the ground, they are being directed to do that. It's easy for right now. The Prime Minister can get up and say, "Okay, we have a U.S. search and rescue team in here. We have 300 from El Salvador. We have 30 from here and there. We have their cadaver dogs. We have their helicopters. Let's move into this area right here because there are 7 maroon communities over here. We have to chop through bushes, sail on water, fly and reach them by air. We have to get to them immediately." It's his job to say that and act like it's an emergency to get to these people. But I don't see them doing that. So if he's directing his people to send help to all the big corporation, big companies, and the people them with money already who their big businesses were damaged, then he is doing it at the expense of the small people, the regular Jamaicans who are stranded out there with no help.
As we said, these people are prepared. They have a mindset where they're going to Jamaica, they're going to go through the hills, they're going to chop through, they're going to look to try to rescue someone.
Because that's what they do.
They have a war zone mind. But when they go to Jamaica and then them stall and them in a hotel for 2-3 days and no move out, it's coming like a joke thing.
Right. And it's not, and they can't do nothing because they can't just come into your country and just take over and just start doing them feel like doing. They are being commanded. And I want Jamaican people to know that they are being commanded.
So sometimes we just don't. All right, you remember you said recently said you go to Jamaica and you drive past a place and when you look, any bad condition you see, you just want to help.
Yes.
You remember when Obama they come to Jamaica, how them put Obama upon the prettiest road and the best building?
Mm-hmm.
When Obama leave, he's not gonna say, Jamaica, hey, I drove on some roads and
the roads were nice and
yeah, I bet you if Obama did go through the pothole, man, so you'd have donated a lot of money to help. I'm saying that to say is that the government sometimes don't look things through, and if they move quickly and find more dead bodies, you would have maybe more search teams see these things on the news and they want to help more.
And understand the fullness of the situation, more. Right?
Yeah.
And understand the fullness of the situation and would have said,
maybe
oh my God.
The UK would go back to the drawing board and say, hey, we decided to give 2.5 million, pound, but after what we see the news coming out of Jamaica, we have to go back to the drawing board and donate more.
Right. Right. So this cover-up effort and this slow-moving thing is gonna be the death of us.
Yeah.
I'm having a feeling also that people who are dying are not people who were necessarily killed during the hurricane. I have a feeling that these are people who needed medical attention after or during the hurricane, and it's been a while since the medical attention got to them, life-saving, so they are dying along the way. Them are dead out. That is what is happening.
You're saying it's not the impact of the accident. It's not the accident.
No.
It's just the after effect.
Yeah. Because I heard one lady talking about an old man that she said, him was too weak to even move. And him house, she said, like they would bring something to give him to eat, like a bit of stuff to give him to eat. And he would try to eat it and stuff. But him didn't need medical attention. And when they went back over there, he was dead. Sitting up same way how they left him just pass away. So these people need medical attention right away. I heard that the US was setting up a field hospital. I haven't seen the field hospital set up yet. And this slow move, it's been a week, Jerome.
But so you've been in this field So you're saying that these people, they're prepared for the storm. So they were willing to brace the storm, but they never prepare after the storm. They're still stranded. So many people just give up hope.
Yep. Well, if you have a medical condition that requires, cause remember, you know, even if you prepare for the storm, right? When your place blow a gun with all the preparation you had. Even if you stockpile food in your house and you say, you know what, hurricane will come, let me get 20 crate of water, let me get 50 pound of rice, let me get 100 tin of sardine, don't know how long we're going to do without, me can cook on wood fire outside. And that hurricane hit us so hard that all your sardine gone 20 miles down the road with all your bag of rice and everything. You're still left without nothing. So all your preparation blow away, you know. And then if you have any kind of pre-existing medical condition and then all your medication blow away gone too, you know. When people lose them house, you know, you have to think about who have asthma and need a pump constantly, or them steroid this or that, or who have diabetes and need them medication, who have this, that, and the other and need them medication on a daily basis. All that stuff blow away gone. So people are going to die more and more because they're not getting to the people them. That's what's happening.
Hunger.
And on top of that, hunger and thirst.
So let me ask you something. The care package where the government passed through with, what that can do? You have fridge to put it in, or you even have a shelf in your house or blow down to put the food.
What care
package? The bag of food on you?
What care package? Them give the people them something for eat for now, for like right now. That done quick. What care package? The people them need, just like Mervin said yesterday, right? This thing is out of control. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play what a couple of people had to say, including, I'm talking people in positions of power, including Mark Golding. What Mervin said yesterday made perfect sense. Mervin said what they need to do is fan out across the country, and each community, they have a central point where all the aid is dropped. This is where you get to if you need medical help. This is where you assemble. This is where you get to if you need to replenish your food supply. Drop a generator in this place and keep a fridge going and keep food stored there. And then put some security forces there as well. And boom, move on to our next community. You know what I mean? You're not going to have a doctor and a nurse team that can go and be in every single community and every single place. So you have to set up these central monitoring points. And they're not doing any of that.
All right, so I'm going to go in the chat, but I'm going to ask you something, if you can elaborate on it. What level does something has to reach before your trauma is activated? Does it has to be a loss of loved one or someone died? Or just the fact that we see a video where the lady just watch our house stop, just lift up, and now all them furniture, everything just twist gone, and all them house just water just mash up brick, block, cement, everything. Is that a lever for your trauma to activate, or trauma just activate when you lose someone or someone die?
All right. You want me to answer that now? Or you go back?
Yeah, I'm going to go in the chat and listen.
All right. Thank you, Jerome.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said yesterday, we're going to have to deal with the mental anguish that the people are going through as well. Trauma doesn't just happen just when you lose a person like your sister, brother, auntie, uncle, a family member, a friend. Trauma happens when you lose everything that you worked so hard for and put together. As a Jamaican who understands Jamaican culture, I'm in a position to say this, and many of you will agree because you're from the same culture. A lot of our people don't have insurance covering anything. You see in the US, you see if storm come through right here, so, and lick off all my roof, the only thing I want to know says my family not in here. Because the next thing after that, I know for a fact, is my insurance company is going to replace this roof. This roof costs a minimum of $10,000, just the roof alone, figure replace. If you have this same roof in Jamaica, you don't have no money put aside, then you just don't have a roof. If your whole house blow down, you have no recovery. My whole house is covered to the max of the value of the house. We know how our thing go already. We build over the years. You know, grandma them left a house and the house they have 3 bedroom and 1 bathroom, and you know, over the years after them pass, new generation come in, put on 2 more room and a next bathroom. Now the house have 5 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and we keep building and we keep, you know, expanding the property and these things. And then something like this come and lick down that. That is something that took generations to build, to put in place, right? So it's going to be hard for those people to recover. Them watching that go alone is as traumatizing as losing a family member or a close friend right in front of them. Because they know immediately, Jesus Christ, man, I have nothing to back this up. Me homeless now for real in a real life. You think homelessness sweet? You think homelessness sweet? And then to be stuck in a position too where you can't get medical help if you need it. So you're watching your family members and friends around you suffer. Those who are hurt or those who need medical attention can't get it. You can't get just some clean drinking water alone. Y'all ever been thirsty and couldn't get to water? And your mouth dry till your lip them all crack up? All that is super traumatizing to the brain. So these people, even after all this is done, they are going to have PTSD up the wazoo. I remember going on a deployment to Iraq. And one of the things that they did to us over there on this deployment, I'll give you an example, is they used to hide IEDs, which is improvised explosive devices, right? Them used to hide IEDs in a garbage. So when you drive down them street and thing, it would look like people put out their garbage expecting for garbage collection day or whatever. And we would travel in convoys. So our convoys would roll out in 4 vehicles, and we would do 50 meters apart to 100 meters apart each vehicle. And that would be our convoy, right? And we have one watch at the back with a machine gun, and another one up front, and then those in the middle. And we're infantry soldiers, and we're rolling out in sector, and these people would strategically wait until the first 2 of your vehicle go by, and then they'll hit the 3rd one. They study us and know our strategy, no man left behind. The 2 vehicles that are up front that didn't get hit, you have to fight. You have to come back into the fight. Because you can't left the one there in the middle will just get hit. And the one in the back, them can't move forward to where we were going either. And we can't go back to where we have come from. So we're stuck. They strategically planned this. One of my biggest problems when I came home was, and if there's anybody in here who served under those conditions, you can relate to what I'm saying. Simply driving down the street and a garbage bag fly past the road, and I found myself in the USA swerving in traffic. Nobody else now swerve but me, you know. Nobody else never swerve but me alone. Me when I swerve, right? I'm driving through my neighborhood, and the people then put out them garbage, and it's garbage collection day. And I'm like jumping out my skin because I'm like, one of these are going to explode and my vehicle is going to, like, these people are going to be traumatized. Them are going to be traumatized the next time them get like a hard rain and like a strong wind with it. They're going to be like, oh God, I'm going to lose everything again. And it's something that you cannot control once you've been traumatized that way. You know what I mean? You can work on it. You can work on your breathing techniques. You can work on calming techniques or whatever, but it's going to be with you. So I know for a fact that they're going to be traumatized after this deeply. All who stand up and watch them house go, all who stand up and watch people dead and get washed away and found later and body pile up and all them something there, it's not, you're not going to just erase that from your mind when the cleanup is done. You see, when the cleanup is done, that is actually when that other thing I'm talking about is going to set in. They don't have time to even grieve right now. Right now, they're trying to survive. No time to grieve. Kind of like when we're in combat and we lose our brothers on the battlefield. Explosive devices go off. You see your own soldiers in pieces, and we get their pieces back to where they could be sent somewhere else for help, whether it's back to the United States of America. They end up at Landstuhl Hospital in Germany, then Walter Reed in the US, you know, that medevac stuff and all that other stuff happened. But you're left there to fight still. So while you're there fighting still, you can't grieve that you saw, because to us, the person who we saw is not private this or sergeant this or specialist that. It's not rank. This is somebody who you know outside of uniform. You know what I mean? And you've known them for years. You go out drinking on the weekends. You party together on the weekends. Your family know their family. Your kids play with their kids. So when you see the man in our pieces, like half his body over there, or him leg dead on him, rest of him deso, and you don't have no time to grieve because you got to fight. And months after they have evacuated him from that theater, you still have to fight, still have not grieved yet. It's when you come home and you sit down and you're no longer in that war zone, everything comes rushing down on you. So the people who are going through this right now, they don't even have the time to grieve right now. Right now, they're trying to survive. Right now, who want water right now? Them want water like you want to breathe your next breath of air. Because the water is more important than anything else. Right now, them want some food because them hungry. There are stories coming out of Jamaica of children going 2-3 days before them get little food in these marooned communities. Y'all picnic, you're not eating a tree there. They don't have time to think right now about anything else but that. So our people are hurt. And our people are hurt beyond just the physical stuff we can see. They are hurt to the point where it's going to take a lot to help them to recover after all this, the cleanup start, all that. I'm going to say it again. The last time I checked, Darrell Vaz said he was on the tarmac at the airport. He said 77 planes have landed so far. And there are many more to come, was his words. So I'm sure more came since. And these were big planes coming in full with everything. Why are they not getting to the people? Somebody is holding this up deliberately, and I want to know why. What do we stand to gain by having all this help on the ground and not utilizing it to help the people? That's super weird to me. That tells me that there's another agenda at play, right? That tells me that there's another agenda at play. You have no reason to be holding up the aid. But check this out. I'm going to show you a couple of things. Did y'all know that Westmoreland was the ground zero for this hurricane? It didn't hit St. Elizabeth first. It touched down in Westmoreland and frig up the place there first before it went anywhere else. Right? Look at Charlotte's comment on the screen. If you speak about anything, the starch labor right them attack you. And I see it on social. You know how many comments I've put out there about this same thing I'm talking to my platform, my audience about? And it's beer, suck your mother and up under my good mother underneath reach in this. Because all I'm trying to say is I want everybody in Jamaica to get help equally. And it seemed like that's not what's happening. I left a comment on one of the videos where I said it's sad that even in this face of tragedy, I'm witnessing my Jamaican people still choose politics over each other. Because you see it happening and you're supporting it. You see it happening and you're supporting it. And it's sad. Now, listen, when I said Westmoreland isn't getting any help, and I told you yesterday I had to go research what role did Westmoreland play in the last election. I asked Shakira first before I even jump on the computer. Mr. Bill, is Westmoreland a PMP stronghold or JLP stronghold? She said, is a PMP stronghold. Matter of fact, it was JLP and they flipped it to PMP. So Westmoreland ended up being like a major place where they lost the seats at that they're trying to get back, the JLP. And I said, damn. So let me go look it up now to see if it's actually true. And I did went and look it up and it is actually true. And I'm wondering if ground zero is not any tragedy happens, people, they always gather at ground zero. Any tragedy happens, all the aid, all the rescue workers, all the help is gathered at ground zero first, and they fan out from ground zero. They normally take care of ground zero first. So it's strange that they're not gathering at ground zero and they're not taking care of ground zero first. They're taking care of other constituencies first, which made me follow them to see how are these other constituencies politically aligned. And then I realized that they are politically aligned with the ruling party, the JLP. This is not me making this up. So for the people them who are die-hearted JLP, die-hearted PNP, die-hearted whatever, I'm not making this up. I'm telling you what I see. And it's not a time to play politics now. Listen.
Of the people of Westmoreland. I want to preface by saying that this isn't a criticism of things being done, nor am I saying Aide should stop going in one era, but rather giving a first-hand account of what I witnessed yesterday as a volunteer and asking for more attention and support going to the people of Westmoreland. So yesterday, a group of us went into the Eastern Westmoreland area, and in particular, White House, which is actually ground zero because that's where Hurricane Melissa made landfall. The fishermen took us to the fishing village, showed us the complete destruction of that area, destruction of their boats, and so forth. We saw some private citizens. A huge aid came in. Big up Liquor Miss, Father Chow. This isn't a JLP or PNP thing. Everybody coming together to give support. Shana, Randy, and some others who were there also giving out aid. Now, after we left that area, one of the first things that struck me was that there was no presence of JDF in that area or a large presence of JCF in that area. And this is supposed to be a disaster area. We went in.
You're hearing from people who are going in there, your fellow Jamaicans, who are telling you, we're going at a place. And one of the things that struck me, he was like, please don't forget about Westmoreland. It's sad. They're not getting the help that they need, right? And one of the things that struck him, he said, the first thing is, the people who he called out are other people like social media personalities, and these aren't government officials. These aren't people who are elected to take care of constituencies. These are people like himself who are going in there volunteering and trying to help as much as they can. And they're telling you that when we're going there, the place is badly destroyed. It is ground zero, and they don't even have JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, JDF, Jamaica Defense Force. Nobody in there for the people them. The people are there on their own. All right? So
and
again,
some others who were there also giving out aid. Now, after we left that area, one of the first things that struck me was that there was no presence of JDF in that area or a large presence of JCF in that area. And this is supposed to be a disaster area. We went into the Peterfield area where, there was the first time a lot of those persons are receiving aid, in particular those who their communities has been marooned off. We brought tools with us to clear some of the roads, but the tools that we have was not adequate, the chainsaw and so forth. And many of those persons are the first time they might get drinking water since Wednesday or Thursday when their supplies ran out. We saw a dead body being removed. And the residents there told us that there were at least three persons they know of that had to bury their own in the back of the yard because authorities now come to remove the body, and the bodies were there decomposing for days. Thankfully, we brought medical personnel and the doctors who were there. Well, one of the doctor, a member of our team came mid-tears. There's a lady like a 10 minutes walk up the hill. We have to take like a bike or bicycle to reach her. And the lady, she's diabetic, bust her head. We were able to get that doctor on the bike. A community person took them on their bike. Karen go up there to treat her wounds and so forth. We were able to check the pressure of the, of the elderly folks that were there, and we gave out aid. And the people in the community leaders, MP councils and so forth, they estimate that at least 1,000 homes have been destroyed. I mean, I'm talking, when you look on some communities, you'd think say a Hiroshima, Nagasaki, like an atomic bomb drop. Westmoreland, for those who used to go Aide, that's still like the lush vegetation. You'd think it's just a forest fire, just street, like, it's really sad. So I'm asking, remember Westmoreland. personal plea on behalf of the people of Westmoreland. I want to
So, when you hear me, I talk about, I was waiting for more people to come out who are there, who are actually there. Cause when me say something right, because they know that I'm not on the island. So when I say something, the first thing I get is, tell a foreign which part you're there and chat about which part you there. Tell a foreign and talk about Trump and them something there. Left Jamaica alone. And you would be surprised to know that it's not just one or two people will say these things, persons will say these things. There's a lot of people, because once somebody say it, it feel like a next 100 person want to agree with them, right? Take him out of a Jamaica, man. Why you not gonna fix it? Now, don't know your wife come from. All right. See, the people who are going in there are telling you the same exact thing. But the funny thing is I'm not there, but I can see it. So if me not there and me can't see it, how come the people who are there, who are pretending they can't see it, how come them can't see it? The leaders know what's going on. They know what's going on, and it's being done. It's being done on purpose. Okay? They know what is going on, and it's being done on purpose. Now, my thing is, why is it being done? Why? Why is it being done? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, family. What going?
The places in the same things that now get help doing.
So
I have communities in a same thing. We are strictly labor PMP. When I get help, when I see nobody up till now. Especially out of Lakova. Where people them get robbed. They're not getting help out there. They're a PMP.
Right.
When you see a black everywhere you get help
Right.
and labor right run them past it.
That is what somebody said again on another one of these videos. He said even the place them where you see that's getting help that you think is a JLP constituency, the place connected to them might be PMP, and them right there so I now get no help either.
No help they can't get me, I tell you, I see what I know.
So they are something where you know. So them a play the politics thing for real, brother.
Well, brother, there are the people that right out of bamboo for food and water. You think that are just mistake? People them not getting all up over, brother. So them a PMP.
Wow.
But they left and go a community next door to it when they slide and give them supplies. You look at me to their hook.
All right, sir. Boy, you see? Oh man, and I was every time. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I try to put some kind of trust in our government, I feel let down. Yeah, every time I try to put some kind of trust in our government, I feel let down. You know, you sit here and you say to yourself, "Oh, the hurricane hit. This is bad. Place is devastated. Maybe we can pull together now as one people and make sure that everybody get help and the people them. And I hope when all this aid comes in that they don't play politics with it. And immediately you have people that go tell them, man, shut up your mouth, man. We don't want to hear that. Nobody now gonna play politics with nothing. Everybody is going to get help equally." And I said, wait and let's see. Because I know how they operate. But I can't believe so they actually do it. I don't know why I can't believe, because that's them. And they've shown us always that that's how they operate. But I still can't believe that that's what they're doing. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
My good family. How are you doing this morning?
I try calling from yesterday, but we could get through.
God know?
Yeah. But I think you know, some is a youth is in a group, a humanitarian group of governors, even at that don't know about 2011, 12, 13. Yeah, because people in the group will have to come out of the group because they start complaining with me and like, you know what I mean? Because of some reason I'm not gonna tell her, but there's some reason why that bad mind, just like we talk about people bad mind you and who is you, if you're Almighty God, you talk too much. And in the face, I must left the group and do that for run, you know what I mean? But I said this before the storm, I always have
Your phone a break up, bad brother. Can't hear you.
Yeah, you ever good now?
Talk to man.
Yeah.
Cause the phone are ring and other people are calling. So get to it for me, please.
Yeah, man. So I was a good man, Jamaican, and right now, I tell the truth. Apart from people who lose their life, apart of me glad said happened.
Apart of your glad said happen.
Yeah, it's guys.
Why?
It's like Jamaica. It's like Jamaican people need to wake up. They need this. I'm sorry for who dead. Me really, it break my heart for the people 32 now. But it's like a part of me can't let it myself. Like a part of me, people say, but why me not get more? There's a part of me. God said Jamaica need a beat them. Jamaicans spoil and a pride. They have a puffed up pride. But them need to humble and understand themselves. You know what I mean? That's what they. I mean,
yeah. Me no part of me can't be happy say this happen cause here what? Baby in the picture, small children in the picture, elderly people who are almost invalid stage in the picture. This are not just we not just talk about some unruly people who not doing or not living in a holy way. We are talking about whole heap of people who have nothing to do with nothing caught up in this. So I'm not glad that none of this happen. I can't be glad that this happened at all, brother. Your phone a break up. Your phone a break up badly. Can't hear you.
Yeah, my call.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah, me not vibe with that reasoning there. And everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but I can't be happy that when I'm hearing children are without food for 2-3 days and all that. Nothing like that don't make me happy. If God did not show you a lesson, could have shown you one next way. I'm not happy to say that happened at all. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yes, SouFLo.
How you doing? Family. I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, his phone is breaking up for a reason.
That's
the same thing, you know, say. Yeah. Nobody call back.
We're being protected.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want nobody make clip of that and spin them narrative.
Right.
No, we're not happy. The only thing I did pray for is for the gunman and the bad mind people to get washed away. But
that right there.
That right there, that's it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's like the hot sun beat on the good and the bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's where the problem is. You know, I'm really disappointed to see the politics thing. And it's just like, this is why it's so important for us to know our history and know who we are. When they brought us from Africa, there was no PNP and JLP. Those things did not exist. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
These political parties were created by the British, by white people who enslaved us. And we've taken it on as if it's like in our DNA. It's, come on, these are your people from your same background, your same bloodline, who are going through what you're going through. Please, nobody with this nonsense.
Right.
It's not time. When things are cool, we can get back to scratch at each other eye over politics. But this is life and death.
You know.
So you mean one?
I was gonna say not to cut you, but before I forget, the more I'm sitting and having time to think, this is strategically playing into fourth-term loading. I want y'all to think about this. This is strategically playing into fourth-term loading. Andrew Holness will be the next prime minister for another for his fourth term. Because, listen, if he is in control, right, of all the resources that are coming in now, right, to help the people who are so desperately in need of it, and he is strategically using it to starve out the opposition party constituencies, what's going to end up happening here, right? Along with this cleanup is going to take a long time to happen. I bet you say election get called early, and not only that, the people are not going to remember anything other than me vote for you and you never do nothing for me to the people who govern their constituency. Me now vote PNP again, cause when time the hurricane did lick, we are the last people get help. And me watching JLP people them how them take care of them people and how them take care of them constituency. It's a strategy that's being used. Fourth term loading is real, and he's gonna get his fourth term. This continue right here.
Wow.
Yep, you'll see.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm making that prediction right now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Honestly, to me, if it get to a point where by next week is far, by the weekend, if people in Westmoreland and other affected, I guess, PNP stronghold areas are not getting the help, we need people in Kingston and in unaffected areas to start protests, honestly. There's enough international media on the ground to make it look really bad for Mr. Andrew Holness. Because we know that nothing matters to him more like his appearance and how him look.
I agree.
So people, Kingston, all other areas unaffected, by weekend, if what is going on continue, please, public protests.
Yes.
CNN is on the ground. Fox News is on the ground. CBS is on the ground. Other international news is on the ground.
Use them.
Use them. Them looking for stories right now. And what a salacious scandal.
Absolutely.
To know that the world has opened their hearts and their hands to help Jamaica. And the current government is holding the aid hostage. And punishing those who have not voted for him. It's not going to look good for you, Andrew Holness. And we know that you love how you look. We know you love appearances. You're not going to, this is going to be your legacy on the international stage. Because we know that you don't care about Jamaican people. We know that's what you care about. So people, as I said, Kingston, other affected areas, by weekend, want to get ready for protests.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
Thank you.
Let's see if them do it. Have a good one, friend.
You too.
Let's see if them do it though. But it's time to make a whole heap of noise because I see it. It's a political game being played, and I could just see him smiling and saying fourth term loading because it will definitely spin off of this right here. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. My question is, we all saw during the pandemic how China built multi-story hospitals. China has such a long-standing relationship and has such a big presence in our islands. And nothing. It's been a week. Nothing.
That's a
Why are they there?
That's a part of our discussion this morning. The Chinese, if you look at the headline for this story, it says the Chinese have disappeared. The Chinese
we
have
see them
disappeared.
construct hospital in their country within days.
To include the business people.
Why we can't get anything?
To include even the local business people, my friend. To include those who own the hardware stores. People need lumber and nail and zinc and something to catch up something them can build something dry right now for go lay down at nighttime. They're sleeping outside under the elements. 2 pieces of zinc catch up. The people them that own the wholesales and the hardware stores and the restaurants and all these things. Chinese people own a lot of businesses across Jamaica.
I know. And they've had a presence in Jamaica for forever.
But here is the thing about them though. This is a wake-up call for Jamaicans, especially black Jamaicans, because I don't see no white Jamaicans stuck out here in any of this. I'm not on the ground, I don't see any. But here's a lesson for us though. Those people have never mixed with us like that. They've never mixed and mingled with we like that before. They are in every community where your money is and they'll take your money, but they've never come out and protest on your behalf when anything goes wrong. Their doors have always been closed to us otherwise. Always. They have their own organizations in Jamaica and they bond together and they take care of them and their business and their businesses and their families. That's how they operate.
Jamaica, this is a call for SOS.
Yeah.
This is a call for SOS.
Mm-hmm.
We have to save ourselves.
Yep. We're learning.
And I'm very disturbed. I'm very disturbed. I know you guys are going through however this is affecting me. I can't even put my words together. But I'm looking at folks coming into communities trying to render aid. And I'm looking at 5 to 10 people trying to remove debris from the road.
Mm-hmm.
And the very same people I'm coming to help is just sitting on the side, not doing nothing. Get up, work. We have to save ourselves.
Waiting for somebody to come
Do
save us.
something. They can't, oh my God, they're not going to save us. We have to be proactive.
Yep. Now is the time.
Now is the time. If there's no other time, the government don't care about you like that, man. Election season is over. 4 more years before it's the next election. Like, come on.
That part. And this cleanup and repair might take another 4 more years too.
More than.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, that's all I got to say.
All right, my friend. Good point. Yeah. Here's another one. We have to run through them. Our time constraint this morning. Here's Marky G is saying this.
We need an evacuation plan urgently for persons who are without shelter. That needs to be well thought through so that persons can be moved to places of safety where whatever form of accommodation can be erected to support them, whether it be tents or something else that can be put in place, and they can have access to the basic means of survival in an organized way. And that is necessary because right now we have people, many Jamaicans who are exposed to the elements, including babies, including children, including the elderly, including persons with disabilities, and they need to be moved to accommodation which protects them from the ravages of the elements going forward. We need an evacuation plan urgently.
I honestly thought that would have been common sense and first thing. Like I said yesterday, though, like I was telling Mervin, you remember how many times I said that too easy? Because it seems like whatever is too easy is never done. The solution be right in front of us. And you have to wonder, why the hell are they not using that solution? Everybody could see that that's what needs to be done. This what tells me that there has to be another agenda to this. Because I would have thought that was the first thing. Let me play with him say one more time.
We need an evacuation plan urgently for persons who are without shelter. That needs to be well thought through so that persons can be moved to places of safety where whatever form of accommodation can be erected to support them, whether it be tents or something else that can be put in place, and they can have access to the basic means of survival in an organized way. And that is necessary because right now we have people, many Jamaicans who are exposed to the elements, including babies, including children, including the elderly, including persons with disabilities, and they need to be moved to accommodation which protects them from the ravages of the elements going forward. We need an evacuation plan.
Common rotted sense. Common sense. That's it. This is common sense.
Urgently.
I'm pleading to the public or anyone that sees this video, please, if you can get this to the necessary authorities to assist persons that are in Westmoreland. Remember, I know that persons in St. Elizabeth are affected, but the main focus cannot be there. Persons need to divert to other parishes as well for assistance, because there are persons that are homeless like myself, right, that is dying and in need of some assistance. At this present time, I'm currently on the road trying to get some service so I can communicate with the outside world. So if you can share this video, and anyone that you share it to, please ask them to share just the same. We're in need of assistance immediately.
This is again from
Pleading
Westmoreland.
to the public or anyone that sees this video, please, if you can get this to the necessary authorities to assist persons that are in Westmoreland. Remember, I know that persons in St. Elizabeth are affected, but the main focus cannot be there. Persons need to divert to other parishes as well for assistance, because there are persons that are homeless like myself, right, that is dying and in need of some assistance. At this present time, I'm currently on the road trying to get some service so I can communicate with the outside world. So if you can share this video, and anyone that you share it to, please ask them to share just the same. We're in need of assistance immediately. I'm pleading to the public or anyone that sees.
These are the people of Westmoreland. Well, I'm telling y'all that they're not getting the proper help because of political reasons. This is what I'm talking about.
Hear from the people, them, so me drive come down here, and when we come down here, honestly, look good. The people that need help. You see the message that I send it directly to Mark Golin, Dayton Campbell, Andrew Wanless. The people that want water down here, people that literally are dead for thirst, dead for hungry, everything. People that want chop all in, they don't have nothing, know if it's sleep. The kids, them literally, you can't see kids, them, they don't know where, like them literally are dead. We need one copter to come down here, come drop some food for the people, them. The people that have nothing to drink, nothing to eat. That not look good. And the amount of people when I see a carrot care package and I tell her, oh, Dayton Camera reach out to beats and swing left all people them yet. The people that have nothing to eat, like if maybe some of them are dead tomorrow. Thirsty, them are dead for thirst. And remember, they never prepare for storm because some of them never have nothing to prepare for storm. And the things them when them buy for storm run out. Imagine you don't know if you sleep. You don't know if you sleep. And you still not have nothing to eat. Come on, we are human being people. We need some help in the fall. Beats and swing. I beg you, Mr. Andrew Wanless, send one copter down here. I mean next week. I mean tomorrow. Today Monday. I mean Tuesday. We want the people to get water. Literally, people don't know water to drink. Me carry about 6 cases of water. And I tell you, it's like if me never stand up strong, people don't want me for water. Like, if people need water, if they want something, if people are dead.
This you're now hearing from people who are on the ground, and you're hearing from people who are. So let me ask you this, right? News people can get into these places that they are claiming are marooned and locked off and blocked off. News people can get in there. People where go like him and others that I'm playing their video for you can get in there. But y'all tell me about government officials, military personnel, law enforcement, medical aid can't get in there though. Y'all can keep playing blind if you want to, but this is obvious that this is being done on purpose. Okay? Obvious it's being done on purpose. Cause ain't no way them can get in there, but no aid can get in there to them. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo, my brother.
Morning, brother. What go on?
Boy, we have to add to the list, you know. You see me? You're a military man. I mean, I ask you. A 300 feet by 300 feet area, not enough for one helicopter land.
Yes.
Okay. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to ask the people them who in the area them, because people listen. When you find one flat piece of land,
hold on there.
Just chop.
Clear it out for them. No, go on.
Clear it out.
Yeah.
Nobody have no excuse, because I know say when we see in other places is that people like soldiers jump out a helicopter, drop down tool. That's how you work, my brother, when you're in the army. Go clear the place and then make helicopter can land there, right?
That means I know whenever they clear up for them land.
All right. So here we ask the people in Jamaica. And people listen and people pass the story. When you start in a community, find one flat piece of land, we clear and just clear out the area. So when them fly over it, they can say, see one clear area there. No excuse.
Right.
Now, the other thing that we're asking is that we are beg the government, the firemen, them who they are torn, I play them in know. We want to send half of them and make them work all night Go straight into the area, them go clear them. Right through. I'm make nice for the put on. I make the people them come out and help to clear the land then.
Marvin.
Yes, my brother.
You see them Chinook helicopter there?
Yes, sir.
Those helicopters, we rappel fast rope off of them into combat. Them stand up one place in the air and don't land. Those helicopters can actually fly low and stay steady and hover for a long amount of time right there, so and put everything down neatly on the ground, even if them don't have place for land, and then take off. That's what they're designed to do, and that's what they do. So even if there is no place to land, this is on the Jamaican government me I talk about. Nobody come tell the people about there was no place to land, so we couldn't get no food and water in there to you. These stories about children and the picnic them look like them a faint way and them not eating at 3 days and all these other kind of something, that shouldn't be happening. At the least, they should have actually gotten fresh water and some food already. It's been a week. It's been a week.
Yeah. All right. The other thing, me calling out to JPS to work with digital and cable and wireless and put in temporary cell sites. We don't have the infrastructure, put in temporary cell sites across the island. You see, it can be done.
Right.
You see, now, yesterday I mentioned the thing about the generator for those companies that have large generators. We want to find the ODPEM and tell them, say, we have large generators and we are willing to loan/rent it to the National Water Commission and move it to the areas where the pumping stations are that don't have electricity.
Say that again, please. Repeat that again for us, please.
I'm sorry. We want the companies that have large generators reach out, start pressure the ODPM and the government. So and to take those generators to the pumping stations that don't have any electricity.
Okay.
So that at least them can start push water in at the pipes them to make sure, because water are the first thing, you know. Yes, we need to get the food to the people, but you have to have water first.
Right.
Push potable water out there to the people. It's like being in your medical thing. We're going to push meds.
Right.
Push the water out there to the people.
Clean, potable water.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it cut down from way up on the relief side. So you don't have to send out bottled water and then the plastic issues later on. And if you're plastic, so we don't worry about that now. But when I say Water Commission is the best vehicle to deliver water to some of these areas, take the pressure off of the system, a whole heap of rainfall.
Boy.
Anyway, my brother. Yes, and finally, since I get so much aid, we asked one of the companies out there, we have one of the cheap cruise ships. Small, pull up out of White House. Make the police curfew the area at night. Make the people them have somewhere to sleep at night time. Them don't have to live on it. Them sleep on it and then come off at daytime and then make them way back over. We have enough people with private vessels who can make their way anywhere that the thing that and move the people them at daytime.
Absolutely.
We as a country, we can overcome. We overcome slavery, even though mentally we still have some of the thoughts. But we can move forward and move the country forward, my brother. Blessings.
Manners and respect, bro.
What Marvin now we have to say.
All right. Manners. All right. So Marvin, that last piece right there, all the cruise ships that come to Jamaica and dock up and make how much money bringing tourists to and fro and these cruises and stuff. Hundreds of rooms on those ships. One of them ships that can dock up, and like Marvin said, the government put some security personnel on it and they take the people them out and off of the cold, wet ground who wants to go on the ship. He said they don't have to stay on there during the daytime. Them can come off at the daytime and they give them a curfew where they have to be back on ship by evening a certain time, and this is where all the aid workers could be. Imagine how many people if them pack one of them big ship there, right? that you could actually have the people them that serving food. That means that you're sure that these people are, you know what? I'm starting to think they really don't care, man. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us playing in my head as I'm talking. Like, they really don't friggin' care, because ain't no way we coming up with all these solutions that are definitely viable solutions and they not doing any of them. Them have to be thinking the same thing too. They have to be thinking the same thing too. You know what? If this was a different set of people, we would see a different set of actions. You heard what I just said. If this was a different set of people that were affected, you would see a different set of actions being taken. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family.
I hate to say this, but I've been noticing the Prime Minister is the devil. When you have kids suffering, cannot eat for 5 days. One of my business partners is in Jamaica. He said it's so bad. He make me cry so full. You know?
Minnie Bob.
Yeah.
You said the Prime Minister is the devil?
The devil, anybody who let people suffer. No food, no nothing, because I didn't work for you. He's the bad devil. I don't care what nobody say. The devil.
I'm starting to think that there's a bigger picture at hand here. So the video that I was talking about for y'all, right? It's if you go back and watch my video that is titled "Warning Jamaica, Keep Your Eye on the Money." Go back to that video there and watch the complete video. I extended this piece in the video for a reason. And I even labeled the part prime real estate, because CBS flew over a certain area, and that's not the area that's getting help right now. But that's the area that's badly destroyed. And it is all pristine beachfront property. Remember when me telling us I was in Jamaica not too long ago, and me I drive down Westmoreland side, and the whole time I'm driving I'm thinking I actually looked through the bushes while I was driving for the first time, and I thought it was all bush, and I got a glimpse of a beach. So Shakira was in the car, and I fear I placed them there. So I said, behind all the bush right there, so one beach around there. And she said, yes, this is all beach I drive beside. And I said, oh shit, they coming for this. They coming for this. Because all the property them around here, and I'm driving and I'm talking and I'm saying, I wonder if them people here who live right there so know what kind of land them depend. I kept saying, you know, I wonder if them know what kind of land they're on. I wonder if they know that they're on pristine beachfront property, high-end real estate. And look what happened now. So when CBS fly over and do the aerial view, I was able to finally see just how close the Rotted Beach is, and a whole heap of beachland and a one long stretch of houses. All those people were living beachfront. All of them, they live beachfront. That's crazy. That's crazy, because a lot of them people there won't be able to build back right there. A lot of them will not be able to build back right there. A lot of them will not be able to financially resurrect right there. So we already know what will happen next. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
There's a reason why we call the video call, because my call can't go through.
Your call can't go through?
My call can't go through. Video call, my call. Look here. I wanted also to say to you that question that you said in the video. Look, I know you said real estate prime land. When the video blew over from 7:30, I've been trying to call you. See that on my phone? Mm-hmm. 9 times I tried calling, and that's it. All I want to say to you. You said in it
prime real estate land.
Where I
Look at
labeled
it.
it in the video.
Beachfront property.
Yes.
Look here, my God, because only that we call the video. None of my school them not go through. None of the calls them not going through this. We still hurt all of this morning.
Boy, I don't know why. The call them are coming in
I'm telling you, I'm a person not going to say. I'm not a person not going to say that you don't want to take my call. Me time this up, but me don't know put me around. Me start look side there, but bye-bye.
All right. When people don't get them calls answered, they start getting in their feelings. I hope y'all understand that I can't answer every call, because if I answer every call, I won't be able to talk. It would just be calls talking, right? And sometimes I'm in the middle of a thought that I have to get out. Like, I hear the phone ringing right now, but I'm not interrupting my thought to get out what I have to say so you can call. Because by the time you done talk, me forget what me did I go say, right? So nobody hold against me if you call 9 times and you don't get through. I used to listen to Hot 97 in New York back in the day. I used to call, you know, when them did have the Massive B and Jabba calling on the weekend, blah, 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 reggae session. I'm calling 100 times and still never get through. I never held it against them. I never looked on them side eye. I just know, say, it's so the radio station go. And as I'm calling in, 100 different people are calling in at the same time too. So don't hold against me because I'm not getting to your call. All right? All right. So let's put this out there for y'all. Somebody said this is one that touched them, and it's a politician where she basically was crying for her people yesterday, or she almost cried. That one here.
Because we are greedy. We're asking because the collaboration and the coordination on the ground is not reaching our people in South St. James. When I'm able to bring 2 bags of food like I did last night to the school at Malden High, they were not able to make breakfast this morning because it could only last 1 day. I'm asking you to help us to airlift some food into the communities to get the sick people out.
For those of y'all who don't know, this is a PNP MP. They are literally having to cry and beg from the Prime Minister for stuff for their constituency. If you were listening to me yesterday, before she did that video here, what did I say? I said the PNP leaders them are going to have to cry and beg for them people for get little help. And then me said this. This was done after I said that. They're literally having to cry.
We're not asking because we are greedy. We're asking because the collaboration and the coordination on the ground is not reaching our people in South St. James. When I'm able to bring 2 bags of food like I did last night to the school at Malden High, they were not able to make breakfast this morning because it could only last 1 day. I'm asking you to help us to airlift some food into the communities to get the sick people out of the homes and into the hospital. We have some pregnant mothers. We were able to get to the hospital at Cornwall Regional just yesterday. Her baby was not moving anymore in her belly, right? We have an urgent need in South St. James, and I know everybody is trying. All I'm asking is don't forget South St. James in all of this, because we are proud farmers and we want to get back with our lives, but we need the donations to come to us too. We don't want to stay left behind because we're deep rural. We're not asking because we are greedy. We're asking because the collaboration and the coordination on the ground is not reaching our people in South St.
The part where she said that they had a few pregnant women that they had to get to the hospital. You know, Shakira, give me a second.
James, when I'm able to bring 2 bags of food like I did last night to the school at Malden High, they were not able to make breakfast this morning because it could only last 1 day. I'm asking you to help us to airlift some food into the communities to get the sick people out of the homes and into the hospital. We have some pregnant mothers. We were able to get to the hospital at Cornwall Regional just yesterday. Her baby was not moving anymore in her belly, right? We have an urgent need in South St. James, and I know everybody is trying. All I'm asking is don't forget South St. James in all of this, because we are proud farmers and we want to get back with our lives, but we need the donations to come to us too. We don't want to stay left behind because we're deep rural. We're not asking because we are greedy. We're asking because the collaboration and the coordination on the ground is not reaching our people in South St. James. When I'm able to bring 2 bags of food like I did last night to the school at Malden High, they were not able to make breakfast this morning because it could only last one.
Yeah. Somebody just ring my doorbell. Some people they're doing stuff around here. Anyway, the part where she said the pregnant moms that they had to bring to the hospital, and the pregnant moms, one of them, her baby wasn't moving in her belly anymore. You notice how the woman voice crack up. She's a woman. She's a woman. I was just listening to a song by Chronix off his new album, and some of the words I caught this morning was, a man can never feel a woman's pain. And I don't want to make this about woman versus man or anything, but if you are a woman and you are pregnant and your baby stop moving inside of you, you are going to panic like crazy. I watched Shakira. Let me see her pull out her phone and set her timer, and she's feeling her belly and she is counting, because it is actually something. I'm trying to get everybody to understand what's going on. She's counting, and I'm asking her, I say, what you do? And she said, I have to do this every day, and I have to count a certain amount of movements. And if you don't get a certain amount of movements within a certain period of time, you have to take yourself she have to take herself to the emergency room. I say, emergency room, babe? She said, yes. I have to carry myself go to the emergency room because the doctor said it means that, the baby is at risk of, dying inside of you, suffocating, something like that, whatever. So people are going through a lot, and that is super traumatizing. Again, back to the stuff that Jerome asked earlier, is this going to mentally affect people, or does trauma set in only when you lose like your family members and stuff? Your baby dying inside of you is probably one of the most traumatic things that any living woman could ever go through. Her baby dying inside of her and them having to remove a dead baby from out of you. So all of these things are happening on this clock, on the watch of your great prime minister at the moment. I'm still confused as to why the aid is not getting to the people them. It's there. We know it's there. Them couldn't hide the airport with all the planes coming in. They were being super transparent in the beginning. Why is it not getting to the people? They have people there with equipment there. These people who are there, search and rescue teams, we're not the first people they have helped. These are people who go to where avalanche took place, or where other hurricanes and tsunamis and earthquakes have ravaged different places, and they have lent their time and their expertise there and helped people to recover. So they're used to this. They came in with all intentions of getting to everybody who need help. And for some reason, they're not getting to everybody who need help. And again, it's because they are being directed to not get to everybody who needs help. And I'm wondering why they're doing that. The alarm has to be raised. I don't care who want to say, stop talking about it now, like the woman yesterday. All right, you mentioned it now. Stop talking about it now. Move on. Wow. I'm pretty sure you are somewhere dry and comfortable when you were saying that. Because if you were a woman who was pregnant and your baby was stop moving inside of you, you would want somebody like me out here to keep saying this. If you were stuck in one of the constituencies that's not getting any help, and your small children around you were fainting because they're hungry and they haven't eaten in 3 days, you would want somebody out here saying something constantly on your behalf. You know what I mean? We have to be the voice for the people them who don't have no voice right now. And right now there are a lot of people who have no voice. Absolutely. They are out of sight and they are out of mind. And they are out there hurting. Yeah. And we have to try and make sure that the help gets to them actually. It's sad, man. It's sad. I really didn't think they were gonna politicize this thing. But they are. They're making this thing a political thing. This and you know, let me see if you can see this. So from aerial view, check out Brazilian. Can't play that because I don't want to. You understand the copyright infringement. When everything blow down, you can see the road where I drive on, and then I didn't know all this was in those bushes. And then you get to see the beachfront, prime real estate. Check this out. I play it silently, but that's what it looked like. So the people in the neighborhood over there saw flatten out, right? You can see the beach, seafront, beach view. This them want to know. This them want. I've been telling y'all for years. All them land here, property we are built up on these kind of lands in Jamaica is properties that most of us who are living in the US and been working here for years can't afford. I've turned the volume down. See that? You see the sea? So when I'm driving on these roads, the vegetation is so thick in these areas, I didn't even notice the houses that back there. The people them around there live peacefully, beachfront living, regular Jamaican people them. Regular Jamaican people them. See the beach there? This is the beach. All that stretching up is beach. And now that all the vegetation is blown away, you can see it exposed. This right here, my friend, this is Belmont in Westmoreland. Belmont in Westmoreland, this is. Yeah. Boy, we're in for it. Another one I wanted to show you because, you know, we're focused on Westmoreland. We're focused on, I have to say this. There is so much focus on St. Elizabeth that I have actually found myself tuning out when I tune in and see St. Elizabeth again. Me actually literally scroll past now. Because I'm like, damn, all the resources going to St. Elizabeth. My St. Elizabeth people, big up on yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't get no help. I'm saying like other people are suffering like right next to you and they're concentrating on you only. And if your heart good, you couldn't want that for yourself alone either. I literally found myself scrolling every time it says St. Elizabeth now. Because that's all we see. St. Elizabeth, St. Elizabeth, St. Elizabeth, St. Elizabeth. And then the disparaging message from other places. You know, somebody please remember us too. I'm not saying St. Elizabeth mustn't get any help, but please remember us too. It's kind of making me not even want to pay attention to St. Elizabeth. You know, this is Clarendon. Them underwater too.
Imagine my friend will come make a video at the house over there, so that's the house again.
That's actually Manchester, not Clarendon.
No river, man, the I guess. No river, guys.
So And for the people who told us yesterday,
how far it reach?
the people in house underwater.
I look up on you, I can't see it.
And then there are other places where
next side.
there are other places that were not flooded out during the hurricane, where water is rising up from under the earth now and nobody can explain it.
Between us, so you can't see it.
And they are slowly flooding now.
Can you guys imagine? My friend, I'm going to make a video at the house where what they saw. That's the house again. I was going to make a video. But now the water come up. No river, man, the bill again.
Yeah.
No river, guys.
And this is in Manchester. So everybody get hit, my friend. Everybody get hit. We have about 15 minutes left on this live right here. For those of you who have anything to say, I will completely give the phone to you from here on out. I will break what I'm saying so you can say what you have to say. The phone lines are now completely open. You won't be interrupting anything that I'm saying because I won't be saying anything that much important that I won't be able to cut it so you can talk. All right? So feel free to call in now and say your piece. But yeah, Shaggy, Chris Martin, Nige Boy, Massacre. Those are the lineups so far for the I Love Jamaica concerts. There are going to be more. This will be the first one. International recording artist and philanthropist Shaggy, Massacre, Christopher Martin, Nige Boy. There are some of the confirmed acts who will lend their talents to the I Love Jamaica 5 concert fundraising series, which will be staged virtually in Jamaica and cities across the world. Now, at a press conference on Monday, Olivia Babsy-Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, said that the initiative has garnered interest from several overseas-based and local acts alike. They want to perform in and get the money in with them, right? Christopher Martin, Massacre, Nige Boy, they will be performing at the first concert, which will be done virtually at the CPTC or the Creative Production and Training Center Studios. The virtual telethon is scheduled for Sunday, November 16th. Sunday, November 16th. And it will run from 3:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Something nice for everybody to tune into. Other artists are also scheduled, but they have to confirm that they'll be there. There will be 2 concerts in London, in the UK. One will be November 13th, and another one will be December 18th at the Wembley Arena. And those will feature Dizzy Rascal, popular British rapper Dizzy Rascal, David Radigan, everybody know David Radigan, and others as well. More acts will be announced shortly. The concert will then move to South Florida on December 13th at the Hard Rock Cafe, at the Hard Rock Stadium, rather, not cafe, at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, with Shaggy as the headliner for that one. That's huge. That's huge. That's a stadium. The same day, another concert will take place at the Miramar Regional Park in Miramar. Other concerts are planned. Miramar is in Broward County. Broward County. Other concerts are planned for New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. as well. Minister Babsy-Grange said, "We will have some of the country's most influential personalities who will accept donations during these telethons. Curated by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, I Love Jamaica's proceeds will support Jamaica in the aftermath of the devastating Hurricane Melissa, with all proceeds going towards the National Recovery Program. The concert series is a part of a wider program being held by the government to build morale. to lift national spirit and to encourage volunteerism for the long-term recovery of Jamaica. So look out for that concert series once they start. The first one, again, will be November 16th and Sunday, November 16th from 3:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. I'll keep you updated because I'll tell you which part we can see it on all these things. So as we get closer, I'm sure they'll say you can see it at this channel or it'll be streamed live here, there, or wherever. So we'll keep you updated with that as well. All right. And one more thing on our list for the morning was, let me see, big up to Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, Florida for lighting up their guitar in the Jamaican flag. They actually did that when Andrew Holness was coming there as well. They lit it up in the Jamaican flag when Andrew Holness was going there. He went there, they had a conference there close to the election period. I'm still in shock as to what happened in Jamaica, and Condra is using it to punish people who didn't vote for him. And the fool people don't see it. I'm shaking my head. Yeah, our people are lost in politics. Lost in politics. I can't even believe that that's what we're doing. You know? But I told you all about the video that I saw right after the election. There was a community that used to have water, but the community was known as green or known as a JLP community before. But the community flipped because their MP wasn't doing anything for them. So the community organized and decided that they're going to vote PMP. And they voted out the person who was in their constituency, and them water cut off right after the election done. As soon as the results came in, their water got cut off. So a brother from the community went down to the main supply tank area to see what was the problem. And it turns out all they did was switch the pipes and divert the water into another community that supported them and took the water away from them. He made a video. I have the video saved on this phone. One day when I find the video as we're talking, I will show you the video. When I saw that, I was like, damn. But when I read the comments and I saw that Jamaican people were actually telling other Jamaicans in the comment section, a good phono. Next time, vote JLP. You vote for PMP, and that you get. No water. And I thought, wow. And it wasn't just one or two people that were saying it. It was a lot of laughing, crying emojis in the comment section, laughing after a community that decided to vote for another party, even though they were known as a stronghold for the other party, and inconsequently lost water supply. And you have a lot of people line up to say, good for you. Next time, make sure say you vote JLP. See it there? You vote PMP, your water gone. So when I saw that, I said, damn, like I had no idea that. I didn't know that Jamaican people are very much into their politics, right? But I didn't know it was that bad. Or maybe I was just not paying attention enough. I didn't know it was that bad to watch your fellow Jamaicans suffer, and you're happy that they're suffering because they never vote for who you vote for, who's in power now. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, we're at a terrible place, my friend. We're at a terrible place. Couple of things to cover before we leave. The question was asked, where are the Chinese people? The Chinese people have never mixed with us like that. I'm not talking about the few Jamaican Chinese. I'm not talking about the one them were married into your family and have been here so long that, you know, them patois strong just like me and your patois and them regular people. You know, oxtail, rice and peas, curry goat and them something there and regular. I'm not talking about those because, believe it or not, there aren't a lot of those. I'm talking about the other ones. They've never mixed with us like that. So now that we're in a place where we need, don't expect them to show up for you. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Flo,
Yes, family.
remember during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
the Ministry of Health come and tell people and say, joke to get water. Bye-bye.
All
You
right.
know, remember that? The video was there. Somebody reposted, but it's there. Me ski with me to and on AI.
Them sick, you know?
Yes. Yes, that's it. Man said when me look me open my mouth and try to get something like on the campus and system. Me can't believe up until today. And that was during the pandemic. Bye-bye.
Why? All right. Look. Well done, sir. Wait there. Hold on. Somebody said, did you see the Shaggy Orlando, Florida attorney Don Newland brought planes of food and water in and brought stranded people out and back to Orlando? Rescued Americans. Yeah, they rescued Americans. Yeah. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family.
Sorry, not even want to go downstairs because me have a player downstairs on the device.
All right, talk to him.
One of the things that I wanted to say, and tell me if it makes sense, right? The thing that they said they're giving free shipment for barrels and stuff to clear up wharf.
Mm-hmm.
But it expires on the 28th of November. Make it make sense. Wouldn't it go for the entire year?
And that and what you call it, the toll. That the toll.
They said they're waiving all the fees and everything, right?
Yeah, they were waiving all the fees until was it November 28th?
The 28th of November.
Right. So that means if you're, is it to ship to Jamaica though? Because I don't want to say stuff I'm not sure of.
To ship to
Let me
Jamaica.
just look
So
it up
if
real
you go,
quick. Or is
if
it
you
to
go pick up your barrel and stuff, you don't have to pay anything.
So that's for those who are going to collect it, not for those who are shipping it.
No, shipping fee, we have to pay a shipping fee.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is when it hit Jamaica, there will be nothing to clear it.
Yeah, but
Also,
the time period is so short, bro. Yo, no, it should be until the end. How are you helping the country?
Okay. Boy, I guess them said take where you can get because even when the hurricane first hit or leading up to the hurricane, the 2 days before the hurricane, they had all the toll fees waived and the arms, the arms go up and your car go through. They had all those sticking straight up in Jamaica so people could just skate on the toll for free. So the people could get about and evacuate if they have to and whatever without worrying about paying tolls. Well,
for the Portmore people and
it was island wide. It was island wide. However, yesterday or the second, I think they reinstated the toll again. So we're back to paying toll.
Even they're not really
conditions. Even
with
the conditions that we're in right now.
Argue with me, say Andrew are the best prime minister, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not even trying to. I don't care about who is the best. I care about what I'm seeing.
So let me give this to the people real quick. It says, yes, the custom fees, which are import, duty, and general consumption tax on specific goods, are currently waived in Jamaica for hurricane relief for Hurricane Melissa, effective from October 29th to November 28th.
Yes.
This waiver applies to essential relief items like toiletries, clothing, and cleaning products for affected individuals and communities. Now, separately, a US $1,000 duty-free allowance exists for arriving passengers who are 18 and over for their personal goods, and returning residents may qualify for duty-free importation of household items under specific conditions as well. So
if I want to send down a generator, may I go get tax for the generator?
Not now.
Oh, okay.
No, not now. If you're gonna send a generator down now, them can clear it for free.
Okay.
Well, it says here.
But the time
essential.
period, what I'm saying though, the time period is too short, fam.
Yeah, but you know,
it should have been at least until the end of December.
At least the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Right. But that's to show you how much people care, though, brother. That's to show you how much people care. People are saying, "Oh, freeness not around here. We'll do you one good favor, and that's about it. After that, go find your money."
You know, I watched this lady. I don't know if it was your video that this lady had said, "Yo, you know, see how them jumping and then carrying and gone in them community." And the same thing that you're saying. Yo, when I go to Jamaica, I select who I buy my products from. And I'm not even gonna say nothing. No, me I gonna say, me not buy from Chinese people. Even in Canada, me not shop at Chinese people's store. Cause they don't give a damn about us.
Well, Jamaican people are learning a lesson right now.
I know them love. Hey, hear the thing. Me I gonna say something going off topic. I see them, so the girl them go breed for the Chinese man them, and when they get the son them, and them come a Sharpwood Avenue, them I say, "Oh, him sitting smart." Hey, I will tell you if they go lick with Mr. Chin.
Saying,
come on, man, we need to wake up and wise up, man.
Yeah, brother, and now is the time. Now is the time.
But and them still are get Andrew, like you said. I'm gonna say this before I come off the phone.
We have 1 minute left.
The money. Watch the money. You would start it up, you know. Watch the money.
Yeah, my brother. All right, man. Have a good one, yes?
Bring your podcast, father, man. We need to have conversation. We need to wake up with household. Man need to start being men.
Man,
so I'm going to the Russell state because women say, "Oh, you need to be like Russell." Peace, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Why don't do that to me? I always start talking and then go left. How we end up in a Russell and man needs to be man and all these things. We're talking about hurricane and we're gonna leave it right there, so though, because this is the max of what we can do this morning. That's an hour and a half. Quickly, I'm cutting this one off. My grandmother, Miss Ruby, right here, so over me. Miss Ruby, you know what I say? The way how the house damaged in Jamaica and the way how the place flood out and stuff. Look at God, eh? My grandparents are not here anymore. And if they were here, they would have been having to deal with that. You know? Gone on to somewhere else where earthly problems are no longer their problem. Miss Ruby said, "For be good." She said, "If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good." And my grandfather, Mas Cleaver, right next to her, said, "I will see you tomorrow, if God spare your life." Please remember, no matter how much money you have, no matter how strong, big, and all this you think you are, you can't give yourself tomorrow. You can't give nobody tomorrow. All right? God spare your life to see tomorrow is the only way you can make it to tomorrow. So if God spare your life, we will meet again tomorrow, right here on Morning Thoughts with myself, SouFLoTV. And I will see you then. Walk good.